inviting trouble. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Outside Irving. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
Shooting for Cleveland, Kyrie.
And so Irving nails both of them.
Thank you, Cleveland!
Here's Powell. And again, it's Toronto converting. Love. He got it up in time. Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. Cleveland ahead, up by 2. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
So for Toronto right now, Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. Lowry out there with Corey Joseph. And it's DeRozan in at the 3. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think. Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And Toronto had a strong season against the East last year. They would end up with 33 wins against their own conference and earn that 4 seed in the East.
Jamari Carroll's checked in for Joseph. And the Raptors did play the other East teams well. Went 500 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams, too.
And despite that, we know the Raptors had a disappointing playoff run to end the year, but I thought they still showed that they are a power in the East by having another strong season against the conference.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And now one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Ramon Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Now LeBron following Patrick Patterson's three-point attempt. James dishes to Mozgov. He feeds it to Fry. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the dunk by DeRozan.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bring it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But, guys, the pass, for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
Look at that.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in the scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in. Aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes. Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Some changes for Toronto. Biombo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. And the dunk by LeBron.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
For three.
We've got 1:48 left to play here in the half. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
And Toronto making a change here. Ross is checked in. Picked by Mozgov. The drive by James. Out to Shumpert. Clock at 6. Off target from three-point range. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
The three. Again, Shumpert missing. Raptors trail by 4. Passes to Scola. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Assist goes to
Scola's got 6.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's LeBron. Missed inside.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Again, the miss by Lowry. Cleveland's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. LeBron drives in, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
The Cavaliers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improved.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. J.R. Smith's checked in for Shumpert. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And Toronto also making a switch. Corey Joseph's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Irving for 3. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Joseph. Here's Powell. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Cavaliers lead by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavaliers.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Thompson. And it's Irving in at the point guard. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
But, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Another three for Cleveland.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Raptors trail by 8. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Stolen by Thompson. On up the court. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Smith. And that's 21 points for Kyrie Irving.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were at home.
What, did they shoot it well from beyond the arc at home, Kevin? I mean, top 3 in the league in terms of three-point shooting. It does help to have LeBron, doesn't it?
It does. That is a factor. Takes the three. And another three for Cleveland.
Wow, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And, you know, for the Cavs at home, they ended with 31 wins there. Second best record in the East in that regard. A lot of those wins actually came after the All-Star break.
And another three for Cleveland.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit. Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Irving's got 30.
And how about the Cavs last season? 18 straight home wins for them. Third longest home win streak in their history. And that home winning streak helped them jump from the middle of the playoff pack to the 2 seed.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Three-pointer, Lowry.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Well, that's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan.
Into the lineup.
That's his first foul. Some changes for Toronto. Biyombo checks in for Jonas Valanciunas. And Corey Joseph subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Irving from long range. Another three for Cleveland.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
And it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. Some changes for Toronto. Ross, who's checked in for DeMarre Carroll. And it's Powell in for Kyle Lowry. Irving for three. The offensive rebound. And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter. And he gets the bucket.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Inside. And stolen by James.
Toronto foul call.
Three-pointer. The kick